Hello and welcome back to our Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Blind Permadeath playthrough, brought to you by Fail Pantsu, my very first Patreon donator. Thank you for your generosity, my friend. Let's continue. Now in hard difficulty. I'm thinking at this point it's ridiculous to pursue that course of action. It's obvious this game was poorly. Can I say poorly once more? Fucking poorly. Where the hell am I? Ah, yeah. No, I don't know where I am. I have no idea where I am. To be perfectly honest, I drop for hour. Maybe I shouldn't. The elites worship Daedra, didn't they? They are elves, but I am an elf. If I am an elf, and the elves of the Heartland worship Daedra, maybe I should worship Daedra. Makes sense. Makes sense now. What the hell am I trying to do? I don't even have a quest. I think I was trying to find Fort Caracactus. To do what? I have no idea. I no longer have a clue. Not a clue. That's interesting.
What is it, citizen?
I found Cersei. Ah, shit. One thing I done it. Ah, great, bandits.
Must have been the wind. Who's there?
It's entirely possible I will be surprised instead of them. Hello Strix, how are you?
Who's there?
Fuck.
Must have been the wind.
Can hear her in front
Must
of
have
me.
been the wind.
It's almost as if she's invisible. I'm almost over encumbered, are you serious? Cannot
Nothing to worry
believe
about, I
it.
guess. Just my eyes playing tricks on me. What's that?
It's me. I want to see how much damage I do. She got into a fight with the guard. With 2 guards. Time to loot the corpse. I'm sorry. I have no choice. I am a poor man, woman actually. That's why I'm talking like this. Alright, let's enter this place then. I did see your message. What was it? Obscuros overhaul, and another one. Obscuros overhaul. I had read out that one. I didn't know there was a single executable package. I did read your advice about the shooting isles. This version of Skyrim of Oblivion does come with the shooting isles included. It does. But no, I didn't look at the Nexus links. I think it was the Nexus links. Well, time to run out. Yes, I will. I will look into it more on the weekend. Fuck. You know what? I'm going to let them kill him. Maybe I can loot his shit.
Do your worst. I fought Minecraft more fearsome than you.
Stop running away, you coward! Die!
This is the part. Tell me what you've got.
Ah, fuck! He killed him. How strong can this guy be?
You move like a pregnant cow.
Ah, there you go. That's what I wanted to see. Perfect. A roleplay that prevents me from... Well, I know a little bit of the shooting isles. A little bit. Legion Cuirass. Is it maybe less? No, it's more. I have 30 and this is 35. Well, actually he didn't give me shit. Maybe a bow. He had a bow. But I just decided I will worship Deidre. Where did his bow go? Fuck. Since the elites worship Deidre. I'm picturing the elites as high elves. Maybe. Who knows? I don't know. I am not even sure I'm going to be able to finish the main quest of this game. Things are certainly improving now that I am not leveling up, as stupid as that is. Okay, so What could have been a very good weapon got lost in the meshes here. Fuck. Do I worship all data? Well, I see no reason to do that, to not do that. Maybe I could avoid the main quest and then I can worship all data. Why do I give a shit if the Imperial Heartland is destroyed? I'm an elf. You know what? That's a very good question. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. Why do the main quest? I should actually... Can I drop that amulet? Maybe I should drop it. I can drop it in the water and let everyone die. Let's see. Cannot remove quest items. Well, so much for that. You know what? You're right.
Hurry up before I change my mind.
The fuck are you talking about? That Imperial Legionnaire was very... Now, I would have to find a reason why Mehrunes Dagon would not be... what does Mehrunes Dagon want? To destroy everything? What did the Aelids want? Maybe I need to read more about the Aelids before I decide my roleplay fully.
Look out!
Today, you...
Great, another asshole.
Show me what you got.
You don't think the Aelids... Well, that's what I've read so far. In the very few books I've seen. Didn't they enslave men? That's what I thought. From what I gathered up in the Skyrim. The Aelids were elves that enslaved the race of men and worshipped Daedra, made human sacrifices, things like that. It is true they worship Daedra, okay. But they didn't worship all Daedra, okay, I can see that. Well, then I could find out if they worship Mehrunes Dagon, or maybe they considered him to be too crazy. Everyone had their favorite Daedra. Yeah. Some of the Daedra don't even sound too demonic, you know? I read a book about the Daedra in a cave not 3 days ago. They sounded delightful. I don't know if Strix, can you sell Kun the stones? They weigh a lot, and I have like 10 of them, and I'm about to run out of inventory space somehow. Don't even know how or why. So I don't have much of anything on me. shit is really heavy. Jesus. Yes, I can sell them because I know they are really fucking expensive. Shit. It's like, well, the ratio, it's like 1 to 50. Yeah, 1 to 50. Shit. Well, the thing is, I don't even know what I could use gold for. I hate when I get trapped. For cuirass. Ah, now I see why you say the Obscuro overhaul is actually more than just a mod. They actually took the time to make things believable. Alright. I can see that. I have like 10 of those things. Why don't they appear here? Ah, there they are. I have 14 repair hammers. That might explain something else. Jesus Christ. Hello, Siwa. How are you? But yes, I've said before, I do prefer playing the vanilla version of games. Usually. I don't even like to patch games when I'm playing in other rule sets. There was an elite clan that worshipped Maroon's Dragon. Ooh, mage. Jeez. Ah, fuck, again? Always forget to switch the... Why do you move so much? Ah, fuck.
You move like a pregnant cow.
Not really. There we go. You're trying to recognize my accent. I'll be surprised if you guess it correctly. Most people never do. Maroon's Dagon and Hermes Mora want different things. Yeah, that's something I noticed. That Daedra don't seem to be of one mind as to what needs to be done with the world of mortals. It seems Some just want to tweak it, some want to destroy it, some want to make it their playground. But for some reason, they make it sound like Maroon's Dagon is a kind of Zeus of the Daedra, you know? Like a first among equals, if you will. He's not. Well, that's what they have made it sound. The Prince of the Daedra. I have no idea the lore. That's what it sounded to me like. Alright, let's get out of here. Maybe one day I'll come back for the stones. I doubt it. Metaphysically, yeah, that's what I said. He's a first among equals. He's not the stronger, but he's like the leader, the moral leader, the most ambitious, the most visionary, you know, something like that. I have no idea. What am I trying to do? Why was it coming this way? For some reason I keep thinking I want to go to Fort Caracactus. But why is the question? Why do I want to go there? Any DLC? Yeah, all DLC. I think. Well, story-based DLC. As far as I am aware. Why do I want to go to Fort Caracactus? Have I already gone to Fort Caracactus? No, I haven't. It's because of that, the calcinator and all that thing. Alright. So you're telling me more, there are more Daedra that also have plans. I do remember Ashura's shrine in Skyrim, all the way in the highest mountain. It was a pretty cool trek. Then maybe I can choose a Daedra that's not Maroon's Dagon, and if that Daedra shows animosity towards Maroon's Dagon, I can finish the main quest. Since his victory against the humans would actually mean a step in the wrong direction for my own Daedra. You don't remember Meridia? I remember reading out Meridia, but I don't remember. Wasn't she like the Queen of the Night or something like that? I did find Meridia's shrine in a previous attempt. The acolyte there wanted me to bring parts of undead. Queen of the Light. Ah, okay. Close enough. Ah, shit. The invisible fox. And it's a rat. I don't remember meeting Meridia. Ah, no, maybe I did. Wasn't she on some sort of of lake. I think. Yeah, it must be. You can become the champion of all people. I don't know, I never finished the Skyrim. I got tired of it after 70 hours, 100 deaths. Okay, this is what I wanted. Pretty sure. I'm over encumbered. Fuck me, yes. With big as diamonds. 7. Fuck. Yeah, now I remember. I have very low alchemy. I want to make shitty potions to increase my alchemy. That's what I wanted to do. Now I remember everything. Hello Siri, how are you? Still a racist coward, only we're now an elf racist. An elven racist. Could drop the Wakened stones. Or even the, well, the soul gems, no. I could repair shit. That will never... will never be enough. This doesn't weigh anything great. The only thing I did want to get rid of. The golden staff. That could solve my problem right there. Do I need the golden staff? I don't think I do. You're playing Morrowind. I never played Morrowind, Siwa. Ah, good to hear it, Siri. Chance to miss. So it's like an old school RPG in that regard. Remember Baldur's Gate. You miss, hit, miss, hit, miss. It's ridiculous. Alright, I think I'm going to get rid of this shit. The likelihood of me actually using it seems rather low. How much damage do I even do with my bow? 6 maybe? Combined arrow and... could make sense. But that means the steel arrow is the same as the iron arrow. Jesus. Complete nonsense. Okay, let's make shitty potions, because I cannot do anything more, can I? Maybe I can later on start doing decent shit. Can I not remove them quickly? Maybe shift or something? No. Shit. More flesh. I think I need that for a quest. Nightshade. Why does that sound so familiar? Okay, I cannot do more. At least I have a few more poisons. Poisons? Yeah, poisons. Yeah, apparently Obscuro's mod overhaul rebalances the game and makes it far more realistic, you could say. Believable in a certain fashion, while fixing the blatant imbalances of the gameplay. Apparently, what? I know that word, let me think about it. Don't know how to pronounce it. That doesn't sound right. No. Single, it's from single. It's a derivation from single, but singling doesn't sound right. I've heard that before. Singling? That's not maybe it's singling. I don't know, I need to search that later. Singly. No, that doesn't sound right. A scamp, I remember you. Singling. Fuck me. And scamps open doors. Hello, close to the edge. Apparently I can. Fuck me. Thought they couldn't. I was pretty certain they couldn't. Ah, fuck. That's very lame. What? That was a wasted potion. But I don't know. For this game, I think I would have a far better time using magic if I had a controller instead of a keyboard and mouse. But I'm playing vanilla. This game was obviously designed for consoles. There is a game called There Is No Game? I usually play mages in RPGs. Or whatever it's the equivalent in sci-fi. But in this game I have been forced to adopt the bare minimum of a spell casting because I cannot switch easily from one spell to another. A game called The Game. Well, I don't know what's worse, if those scalps, what was their name? Crazy shit. The dinosaur triceratops thing. No, it was not a triceratops, it's more like a velociraptor. Scamp. Scamp seem very resistant. Holy fuck. That's something I need to do. Get my ass to Bruma and buy the Scamp again, the Scamp spell. Ah, Siwo goes also for the mages or rogues. I usually go for mages or tanks. But mostly mages. The front line's fully. Well. Now it's retort. An actual one. That's not the stolen. Let's return the stolen one, because I'm going to lose it eventually when the game fucks me over. As it will, no doubt. And the omniscient guards find out that I robbed an invisible man in a dilapidated fort somewhere in the wastes. A druid, huh? I think you can only play as those in MMOs. I'm not aware of a single player RPG that goes that way. Maybe the old school ones. Maybe. But most of those are. The one exception is I'll never play a mage in a D&D game. I truly despise D&D rules. I hate them. They are horrible. They might have invented role-playing, and for that I'm grateful. But the D&D rules are awful. Especially as they implemented them in games. Complete awfulness. Fuck. One single arrow. Shadowrun, Pillars of Eternity, yeah. Old school RPGs or their spiritual successors, yeah. Druids, I remember seeing. What was it? It was Ariok playing 3 druids in Pillars of Eternity. He really knocked the shit out of enemies. Ooh, iron helmet, yes please. Holy crap. It's too heavy. I'm sorry. I am truly sorry. Really sorry. For twice the protection, 6 times the white. Temple of Elemental Evil. I haven't played. Ryuki's an asshole. Yeah, but he knows how to play games. I think we cannot deny that. Yeah, Shadowrun. Siri wanted me to play Shadowrun, but it doesn't have any voice acting at all. 0 voice acting. I hope one day they voice act it so I can play it. That's something the very bare minimum. I can deal with graphics, with many things, but no voice acting is too much for me. I haven't played the Temple of Elemental Evil. I did watch someone play it a very long time ago. That looked like fun, actually. Because you didn't have to rest to regain your what? Your spells. When you rested, you didn't get ambushed. Things like that. Little things that make life not miserable as a mage. Maybe I thought that would. Morrowind, yeah, Morrowind is the same. Yeah, looking for a voice acting mod, exactly. See what? That I'm like your friend. I just cannot bring myself, especially since I don't have much time to play. If I played 8 hours a day, yeah, I could spend 3 hours reading text out loud, because that's something I do. I dislike very much just reading the text. I need to hear it. So I read everything, maybe try to voice act it, but I have only 2 hours or so to play each day. I cannot spend it reading stuff. As sad as that is. I have no problem reading, but I don't have time to read. Anyway. Hello Coltras, did I die? Yeah, I did die. I died in Fort Caracactus, which we just left. I got trapped between a door and a dinosaur, and it ate my face in 3 hits. Then we reloaded and went from hard difficulty to normal difficulty, and discovered that 3 hits to kill me, well, not 3, it was 2. 2 hits to kill me became 8 or 10 hits. Look at that, he's actually working. Amazing.
Talk to Dirham in the inn. I'm tired of this minstrel's freak show our town has turned into.
Yeah, I did play Pillars of Eternity from start to finish close. That was back when I had time to play games at leisure. Yeah, I played Pillars and I read every single line of dialogue.
Excuse me, we have a small problem that we hope you can help us with. You may be wondering why you can't see me. We are all wondering the same thing.
What happened? I'm a woman. What happened?
Everyone in Ayleswell suddenly became invisible several weeks ago. It was sort of fun at first, but the novelty has definitely worn off now. You can imagine how difficult it is to run an inn while invisible. Once you get a reputation as a haunted inn, you can just forget about it. So we've all been keeping quiet, hoping the spell will wear off. but we're running out of patience. We're sure it was Ankatar's doing, but we can't find him. If you can help us, we will be extremely grateful.
Who is Ankatar?
He's a wizard who took up residence in the ruins of Fort Caractacus a couple of years ago. He's caused us no end of trouble with his magical experiments, but nothing as bad as this. We've tried to find him, but had no luck. If he's still living in the fort, he's hiding from us, and no wonder. If you could find him and get him to remove this cursed invisibility, we will all be in your debt.
Alright, let's go. I've done these
Goodbye.
once before. Why did you just sing? Because I'm a woman. So I need to talk like a woman when I read the dialogue of my character. It's the kind of stuff I usually do when the main character is not voice acted. I use a nasal voice or a very deep voice or a very nasty voice, whatever I feel like. And I always talk like this when I'm portraying a woman. Why? I don't know.
Go away. I don't want whatever you're selling.
Alright, let's find this mage. Mage, show yourself. He was back here the other time. But yeah, I'm feeling much better, Coltras, thanks for asking. I was a little bit under the weather for 2 days, but now everything is okay. Yeah, actually, in Pillars of Eternity, I died in the very last battle against the final boss. Where could this asshole be? Could he be downstairs?
I told you to leave me alone.
There he is.
Go away. Oblivion take you. What is it you want from me?
Well, I will keep using it, Siwa. Unless someone objects. Tell me about the invisibility spell.
Yes, I have been working on a new invisibility spell. As you can see, it works quite well. Why?
Oswald is invisible, you fucking asshole.
Oh, really? Everyone in town? That must have been what all the shouting was about a few weeks ago. I'm afraid I was engrossed in an experiment that required my full attention. You see, in order to increase the efficacy of the spell, the radius was likely to approach the... Oh, never mind, I don't mean to bore you.
Just tell me how to reverse it.
You can tell them not to worry. The effect is not actually permanent. It should wear off eventually.
A year or two.
Well, in a year or two, maybe a bit more. There's no way to be absolutely sure. That's the exciting thing about basic research.
They can't wait.
Really? I find being invisible quite refreshing. But if it will get everyone to leave me alone, fine. I did work out a counterspell last week. If I can just put my hand to it. Ah.
Why
Here,
don't you want me to
stand
read?
in the center of town to make sure you get everyone. Oh, and make sure... Never mind. It should be fine.
Alright. Why don't you want me to read the text, Siri? Yeah, I do know, Strix. I should hide my weapon when I talk
What?
to people. I just forget all the time. How the hell do I know?
I
Okay.
accept. Don't
Holy
talk such
shit.
Good one. What nonsense. Yeah, don't, please. I'm sorry. Whatever you want. Don't waste your flattery on me. That's pretty good. No more. Not now. Yeah, I get it. That's pretty good. Don't, please, I'm sorry.
Don't, please.
Don't try to manipulate me. That's whatever you... Don't waste... I doubt it.
I haven't
That's
played
not
the
bad.
expansions of Witcher. I did play the Witcher, but it was good, I think. It was kind of strange to see Geralt become all pussy whipped, you could say. But you could kind of understand that, because he regained his memory. So he was not the same Geralt as the previous games, where he didn't have his memory. Other than that, I didn't find the threat of the White Frost that much of a motivation. It seemed rather crazy, especially since you visited the Elven homeland, and it wasn't a wasteland. You would think, if the king of the elves has left his planet and is trying to conquer this one, must be because the other planet is in very dire straits. No, it was perfectly fine. He was all bloodthirsty and shit. It was crazy. Yeah, the talking circle is ridiculous. Tell me more.
Yes, just read the scroll in the middle of town. It should work. Although, just in case, it might be best if you wore this ring while you were casting the spell. I make them myself. Very useful for this kind of research. Not that I think anything will go wrong. Serious side effects are highly unlikely.
Alright, let's get the hell out
Be
of
seeing
here.
you.
Save. Well, actually watching me play any game is painful because unlike Lost, I am a coward. That's my default setting. I don't like to take risks. And that means I usually adopt the strategy that brings the less risk. And that strategy normally involves being very fearful of engaging in fighting, which in turn makes fighting very boring and almost like a grind, you know. Well, in The Witcher you cannot do that, and in Dragon Age Inquisition you could avoid that as well, because they actually gave you an incentive to go and engage as a tank, at least. Well, yes. You generated guard by attacking people. The people are visible. The elf should pay. Pay up, my friend. Well, yeah, it is rather crazy. What the hell is going on?
Thank you, thank you. I can't tell you how good it feels to be able to see myself again. My sisters, on the other hand, I wouldn't mind if they had stayed invisible. Ah, me. Friend, you are welcome at the Ayleswell Inn anytime. Free of charge.
Alright. I need to remember that. Well, though I won't rest there, because I don't want to
Take care.
level up. Okay, I need to do something more. I need an in route. Actually, I'm stuck. I'm over encumbered. Right. Exactly what I want to hear. Lettuce. Fuck, are you serious? I'm all encumbered. What can I drop? I cannot wear heavy armor. It's too heavy. I think that yeah. I need light armor. Otherwise we're going to be in this situation more often than not. This thing I know I need for a quest. What can I drop? High spells which I never use. The awakened stones, a repair hammer. Maybe I can repair something. Shit. What can I do? Let's drop the let's. Well, I actually ate it. Let's drop one of these shits. I need to go and sell a bunch of crap. I'm still over encumbered. Are you serious? Ah, and the yeah, I think see what I was talking about, the Gothic games. I played Gothic 3 a long time ago, like 10 years ago. I have it on my computer. Also Gothic 4. So that one I've never played. Okay, I need Nimrud, which is around that lake. Let's get Nimrud. Hello, Siwa. Yeah, I've decided never to level up. After dying 6 times, it seems to me leveling up is counterproductive. Yeah, that's one thing I really dislike Outlaws. He plays games offline when he should always play or stream when he plays. Yeah, his Battlefield streams would be decent. But he's just being a dick, not showing up on Twitch to play. Really? How hard is the walls of Blood and Wine? Close. Has it any equivalent in the main game? Because I never had trouble killing anyone in the main game. No, I haven't played Gothic 1, nor 2, nor 4, but I did play Gothic 3. I actually enjoyed it quite a bit. Though it was a mess in serious ways. Yeah, he cannot Tomira or whatever. He always ranted out Tomira's ass or something. It was hilarious. I don't know why he's obsessed with sex in games. I remember when he defended that, he said it was due to immersion. Because any man or women, or let's say a pair of humans that are not males, because they can never be homosexual males, make bonds or yeah, forge bonds that end up being expressed in sexual desire for each other. Alright, let's do this. We're going to Bruma. I've never beat the Gothics here. My brother did play much more of Gothic 3 and he was very happy, and then my old computer crashed and he lost his saves. He had spent like 200 hours. He was in a desert, I think. If you don't level up, you will never increase your attributes. I don't need to increase my attributes. I don't think I need. I have the attributes I require. I have decent agility, decent speed, more than enough magicka or magicka regeneration I'll ever need. Enough health to avoid being one-shotted, which is my main concern. And I keep getting stronger and stronger in the abilities I actually use every time. That's what makes it illogical to level up, because when I level up I make my enemies far stronger than I make myself stronger. So in a relative, absolutely, or let's say in an absolute way, I am more resilient or more powerful, have more strength or more fatigue or whatever, but my enemies gain far more than I do, which means that in a relative position I'm worse than before I leveled up, which means I should not level up to maintain a somewhat leveled playing field. Singled out. How the fuck does that get pronounced? Ah, that makes perfect sense, Asterix. They really thought it through. Obviously, if you're a better armorer, it means you have more strength. That makes perfect sense. Yes, it is an error of the vanilla game. But since that the game does not make me level up, so that's a mechanic the developers let you use. Many RPGs force you to level up. They don't allow you to continue the game unless you level up. I agree with you completely. The idea of dynamic worlds is horrendous. Because then there is no progression. Which is the reason I am not leveling up. Yeah. Exactly, see, that's what Obscuro mod overhaul does, what you're saying. Make the... Not make the world static, but somehow make certain creatures become of a certain level. Ah, fuck, not the way. Or confine them to certain areas. It does make the game more challenging. The problem is, in RPGs, usually, or in games in general, usually you want the challenge to somewhat decrease. Let's say you want a sense of progression. I don't want to be fighting rats that can kill me for 50 hours. I don't want to become a better mage only to find out my spells actually are more ineffective. It's as if you were playing Call of Duty and in the first area you had to hit someone twice in the head to kill them, and in the 10th area you had to hit someone 20 times in the head to kill them. The same enemy, the same Nazi with the same helmet. But suddenly, because you have more experience as a soldier, the enemy soldier is harder to kill. It doesn't make any sense. It's ridiculous. Yeah, that's what you want the game to reflect, the fact that you are evolving as an adventurer or whatever the hell it is you're trying to... Whatever you're trying to roleplay. Impossible to join. Well, then maybe I will sleep once. When I was leveling up, the consensus was the edge. I would have the edge by better equipment over my enemies. That was the consensus. You want to become a One Punch Man? You want to become... what was his name? The enemy of Rocky Balboa? Dragon? No. Something like that. The Russian. Ah, fuck. That's something like Dragon. Yeah, I think anyone can understand that. But Bethesda for some reason thought it was not logical. I'm not sure if in Skyrim is the same. I don't think so. I don't remember. You just encounter enemies that were extremely difficult to kill. Drago, that's it, not Draco. That's why I thought Dragon. Draco is the enemy of Harry Potter. So he turns out to be a pussy at the end. It's really sad how the Malfoys end up selling out at the end of the books. And also how Voldemort becomes from a paranoid dude that destroyed his soul to preserve his life to a guy that's willing to risk his life to preserve face. Which doesn't make any sense, at least to me. I would have been okay if Voldemort had died fleeing. That would have been preferable. Voldemort had said, "Really? You can kill me? Fuck you, I'm out of here." And he cannot teleport and everyone shoots him in the face. But no, he had to kill himself by risking his life unnecessarily. I never liked that. Nor Albus Snape, whatever the hell his name is, ridiculous name. Alright, I'm not going to rant out that. Saitama. I've never heard of One Punch Man before. Skyrim is far less dynamic. Well, maybe that's why everyone loved it. Fuck! Ah, shit. Jesus. Okay, as long, for example, if the strongest rat is level 5 only, it cannot go above level 5, then dynamic, yeah, a dynamic modeling system that stops at some point is not out of the question, you know. Obscuros is better than Skyrim. Interesting. Maybe Mythic Dawn commentaries. What the hell is this place? Okay, let's read that because that is related to... Alright. Commentaries on the Mysterium Sarxes, Book 1 by Mankar Camoran. Greetings, novitiate. And now first a reassurance. Mankar Camoran was once like you, asleep, unwise, protonymic. What? We mortals live the dreaming sleep of birth the same, unmantled save for the symbiosis with our mothers, thus to practice and thus to reproach man, until finally we might through new eyes live our hearts without need or fear that she remains behind. Holy fuck. In this moment we destroy her forever and enter the domain of Lord Dagon. Reader, this book is your door to that domain. I'm going to say domain. I know it must be a French word. It is a French word, I know it is. And I know it means domain, so I'm going to say domain. Yeah, I'm going to read the whole book. And though you be a destroyer, you still submit to locks. Lord Dagon would only have those clever enough to pause. All else the Orbis claims in their full running. What the fuck? This doesn't make any sense. Walk first. Heed. The impatience you feel is your first slave to behead. Enter as Lord Dagon has written. Come slow and bring 4 keys. Know that then you are royalty, a new breed of destroyer, whose garden shall flood with flowers known and unknown, as it was in the mythic dawn. Thus shall you return to your first primal whale, and yet come out different. It shall this time be neosymbiosis, master akin to master, whose mother is miasma. Oh, that is disgusting. Every quarter has known us, and none bore our passing except with trembling. Perhaps you came to us through war, or study, or shadow, or the alignment of certain snakes. What the... Okay. Though each path matters in its kind, the price is always thus. Welcome, novitiate. That you are here at all means that you have the worthiness of kings. Seek thy pocket now, and look, there is the first key, glinting with the light of a new dawn. Really, I made a key appear on my pocket? Nice. Night follows day, and so know that this primary insight shall fall alike unto the turbulent evening sea where all fates are tested. Again, a reassurance, even the usurper went under the iliac before he rose up to claim his fleet. Fear only for a second. Shaken belief is like water for purpose. I mean, maybe the usurper is Thalos? Maybe, who knows. Shaken belief is like water for purpose. In the garden of the dawn we shall breathe whole realities. This guy was high for sure when he wrote this. Enter as Lord Dagon has written. Come slow and bring 4 keys. Our order is based on the principles of his mighty razor. Novitiate, questing knight, chaplain, and master. Let the evil ones burn in its light, as if by the excess of our vision. Then shalt our knowledge go awry. No, aright, not awry. However, recall that your sight is yet narrow, and while you have the invitation, you have not the address. My own summons come through a book Lord Dagon wrote himself in the deserts of rust and wounds. Its name is the Mysterium Sarxis, Altmetada Aggregate. For father to the wife of all enigma, each word is razor-fed and secret, thinner than cataclysms, tarnished like red drink. That I mention it at all is testament to your new rank, my child. Your name is now cut into its weight. Usurper is another, and Mankar Camoran, is that another Daedra? Maybe, I think you mentioned him earlier. Yeah, I always read stuff. I would take the books. In an RPG, what I usually do, if I can, is I take the books when there are books and stash them somewhere. And once I have 2 of them, I read, so I can keep track of what I've read and what I've not. Since book way in this game, I cannot do that. But when I read a title that is somewhat related to the story, I do read from start to finish, or to the Aelids, or to the Daedra, since we are possibly going to roleplay a Daedra worshipper. Mankar Camoran is the usurper? And why would the usually if you say the usurper is a bad thing, being a usurper, why would his own lackeys call him the usurper? Or maybe, no, you're saying he is the leader, so he didn't betray Maroons. That seems rather strange. Let's say if if Barack started saying Hillary is the usurper and you need to elect her president, that wouldn't sound too good, would it? Mankar Camoran is a descendant of the usurper. Alright, so the usurper is, and Mankar Camoran is trying to restore Maroons after the usurper maybe did something wrong to him. Okay, let's continue. Palace, hut, or cave, you have left all the fog worlds of conception behind. Numantia, liberty, rejoice in the promise of paradise. Endlessly it shall form and reform around you, deeds as entities, all systems only an hour before they bloom to zero sums. Flowering like vestments, divine raiment worn to dance at Lord Dagon's golden feet. In his first arm, a storm, his second, the rush of plagued rain, the third, all the tinder of Anu, and the fourth, the very eyes of path home. Feel uplifted in the heart that you have this first key, for it shall strike high and low into the warm rot of false heavens. Roaring, I wandered until I grew hoarse with the gospel. I had read the mysteries of Lord Dagon, and feeling anew went mad with the overflow. The guy that read this needs to go to an insane asylum. Heyman Camoran, a third era king of Balenwood. So he was an elf, I guess. Before the Dragon Break, so the Empire was not in control of Balenwood. Alright. That explains things. So maybe the usurper is a title that the Empire gave him. Maybe. That makes sense. And since these people hate the Empire, they would adopt that title or that adjective as a badge of honor. That would make perfect sense. My words found no purchase until I became hidden. These were not words for the common of Tamriel, whose clergy long ago feigned the very existence of the dawn. Learn from my mistake. Know that humility was Mankar's Camoran's original wisdom. Come slow and bring 4 keys. Offering myself to that daybreak allowed the girdle of grace to contain me. When my voice returned, it spoke with another tongue. After 3 nights I could speak fire. Red drink, razor fed. I had glimpsed the path unto the garden, and knew to inform others of its harbor I had to first drown myself in Search's sea. Know ye that I have found my fleet, and that you are the flagship of my hope. Greetings, novitiate. Mankar Camorans was one you. I read this before. Was once you, asleep and wise, prothonymic, but am not more. Now I sit and wait to feast with thee on all the worlds of this cosmos. Numantia, liberty. Holy crap. That was crazy. Literally crazy. Usurper refers to that he took control over the Camoran dynasty in Baileywood. Okay. I don't think the people in Baileywood are necessarily Daedra worshippers, are they? That is another ridiculous thing. You become encumbered and cannot move. Cannot move! Jesus Christ, let's drop this shit. He made a pact with a Daedra and became the king. More mythic than comment, that is great. Yeah, by Mankar Camoran, yeah. I don't know, if I read this book and I had just joined the dawn, I would burn it and run. Hello, raccoon. Yeah, the Osmer apparently hate the Khajiit for some reason. That's what I read. Whosoever findeth this document, I call him brother. Answers are liberations, where the slaves of Malbiosh that came to Numancia cast down their jailer king, Mastiak, which the Xerxes Mysterium calls the Arcane, whatever. Mastiak, whose carcass was dragged through the streets of his own bone walkers, and whose flesh was opened on rocks thereon, and whose angels who loved him no longer did drink from his honeyed ichors, screaming, "Let all know free will and do as they will." Okay. Your coming was foretold, my brother, by the Lord Dagon in his book of the Razors. You are to come as idols drop away from you one by one. You are exalted in eyes that have not yet set on you. You swain to well-traveled. What? You swain to well-traveled to shattered of mantles. What the hell? That doesn't make any sense. Swain to well-traveled to okay. Now it's a progression. Swain to well-traveled to shatterer of mantles. Okay, that makes sense. You, brother, are to sit with me in paradise and be released of all unknowns. Indeed, I shall show you his book and its foul and many-feathered rubric, so that you can put into symbols what you already know. The sphere of destruction is but the milk of the enslaved. I fault not your stumbling, for they are expected and given grace by the oils. Okay. I crave not your downfalls, though without them you might surpass me even in the coming earth of all infinities. Lord Dago wishes you no ills but the momentous, and he wants you as he wants you must want, and so learn from the passages of God. This, the ritual of want. Whisper to earth and earth, where the meddlers take no stones except to blood, as blood is blood, and to the cracking of bone, as bone is bone, and so to crack an answer and fall before one and one. I call you dragon, as brother and king. Heights of Drog, 7 and 7. Draught of oil, 1 and 1. Circles drawn by wet divelites, 3 concentric, and let their lower blood fall where it may. A bird watched by blackbirds. Hard fire first. Incant the following when your hearing becomes blurred. Enraptured he who finally goes unrecorded, recorded the slaves that without knowing turned the wheel, enslaved all the children of the Orbis as it is. Alright. Really? They are anti-vegetarians? The Bosmer? That was a really disturbing reading. So far the book I've loved the most is that one out, the vampire. That tricked the vampire hunter into getting very tired. What do you know? I can still kill rats with a single shot. That has a surprising ending. It was quite entertaining as well. So I guess we can leave this place. interesting cave. I wonder where the cultists went. Let's go and get my imp, or a scamp, or whatever the hell it's called. Monthsworth. One thing Oblivion has, just like any other Bethesda game, is excellent music. They never fail in that. Where the hell is the entrance? That must be it. Ooh! Perfect! Please tell me yes! Yes! Yeehaw! Legion boots. I have boots of what? Boots of 2. The Kuraz were right now. Legion helmet. I had the same problem with the other helmet. Jesus. Not attacking you idiots. Silver arrow. Nice. Huh. So the Wosmer also worship dragons? Interesting. Ah, the imps are the ones that fly. Are they called like that way in what's that name? Dorothy never go to Kansas anymore. The Wizard of Oz. They will not harm or eat any plants. And then how the hell do they make bows and arrows if they only make them of dead wood? But no wonder they hate the Khajiit. The Khajiit ate everything. They're disgusting creatures. Ah, that's called the Green Pact with their god. Interesting. The Mages Guild. Did you see that shadow? Okay, last time I stole from the Mages Guild, and it was a very bad decision. So I'm not going to touch anything. Okay, let's wait for 5 hours, should be enough. Ah, okay. So I would make composite bows without wood. Okay. Sinew, bone. Yeah, that could work. Why would a dragon care out plants? That seems rather odd. But is everyone? Okay, mages. Sleep forever. Stop being lazy. Ah, that's the invisible fuck. That must be it. Yeah, I could use that trees, but rotting wood is not very good for...
Hello there. Are you here to join the Mages Guild?
No, but yes!
The guild is always accepting new members. You seem capable enough. Are you sure you want to join?
Yes, I want to.
Very good. You are now an associate of the Mages Guild. What a wonderful opportunity for you. Now, please keep in mind that you'll need recommendations from every local guild hall in Cyrodiil before you may enter the Arcane University. I dare say my opinion might carry more weight than others, if you take my meaning. Still, all are necessary to proceed. Good luck to you.
Yeah, these mages are really what? Lazy. Lazy. Can I get your recommendation?
A recommendation from me? Well, of course. Raminus would naturally want my opinion, wouldn't he? This is a situation we can both benefit from, associate. You do me a small favor, and I'll happily send along a glowing recommendation. If you can find Jaskar, I'll write the recommendation immediately.
Who is Jaskar?
He's disappeared. I mean, he's really disappeared. No one here has seen him in days. Volinaro thinks maybe a spell backfired. If someone from the council were to stop by and find him gone, it'd look bad for me. I can't have that. Talk to the mages here and see what you can find out. If you can make Jaskar reappear, you'll have your recommendation.
Okay. Let's do that.
Please come find me as soon as you've located Jaskar.
I'm over-encumbered again. Again. Are you fucking serious? Yeah, she gave me a hook. That's what she did. Yeah, I read this last time. Fucking human, don't throw your shit at me. Go fuck yourself. Okay, I need her. I need to sell stuff. Yeah, I always forget to hide my weapons. I don't think someone with a drone bow seems very aggressive.
My name is Selena Urania. I'm a Mages Guild journeyman.
I'm a journeyman. I don't... yeah. What can you tell me about Ninroot?
What was it called again? Something root? Oh, sorry, I can't remember. I'm afraid unusual plants are not my area of expertise. I think I'll have to refer you to Sindarian. He's a fantastic alchemist in Skingrad who specializes in this sort of thing.
All right.
I have potions and everything you need to make your own. What will it be?
Now I'm raised, not humanoids, humans. To be more precise. Humans. Could any of these has its first effect? Restore health. Well, what do you know? What's the difference between restore and fortify? If I get a potion of fortify health, will I get health? I'm racist toward humans because I'm a non-human. Yeah, last time I was racist to all non-humans. If I'm racist against orcs and those cats, then I think I won't get many friends. I need some friends. Doesn't restore anything, then I don't care. Thanks a lot, Strix.
A bargain at any price.
Okay, what can I sell here? Please tell me I can sell here a lot of shit. Poison of illness now. Cure disease. That doesn't sound too useful. Maybe it does. Resist disease now, we can sell that
That's
shit.
a fair deal.
Restore fatigue. Fuck you. Drain luck? Who the hell cares about luck? Drain agility, they say.
You got a great deal there.
If I ever tried to use one of those potions, I would be dead long before. Dispel now, whatever. No, dispel could be useful, yeah. No. Frost shield, nah. Grace, nah. Healing, fatigue,
That seems
will never be a
you've made
problem.
a good bit of
Shield,
an excellent bargain.
Magicka, yeah, I could need magic. Okay, I need all this to make worthless potions. I will never feel anything with souls, I can tell you that much. The Kejits, that's it. Ah, increases my max health, okay. That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I'm cool with Kejits, with orcs and other elves. The Kejits. I'm going to sell the soul gems that are not filled with anything. Seems obvious I'm never going to
That's a fair
use
deal.
them. Sell all this shit. I rarely use potions. I'm not much of a potion drinker, but they are. That's why I sell a lot. I always think of potions as my last
That's a fair
resort.
deal.
When I see
You've made a
myself
good bit of
about to
gold.
die or something, and then that's when I think out potions, not
Thank you
before.
for your patronage.
For your patronage. Okay,
I
now
have
we have to
potions and
spend
everything you need to make your own.
everything on buying the summon Draedroth. What the hell? Ah, Draedroth? 300 magic. I have like 150 magic. Argonians, no, I was thinking of just being good to elves and hating everyone else, but I just going to non-humans. Orcs are elves, really? And they got the wrong part of the DNA. Yeah, a scamp for sure. Draedroth. Well, I don't have the money either. Really?
Thank you. Come again.
Well, one thing I do know from
Good day.
that's the thing that happens in what's it? In the Lord of the Rings, or that's what they say at least. Alright, let's find Bolanoro. Bolanasshole. He's an elf. I know what he wants from me. You know what? What's something that is very, very much lacking in this game? That symbol of stealing. Here you don't know when you're stealing. Orsimer. The Orsimer. Yeah, in Lord of the Rings that is the case. Orcs are just debased elves, stripped of their beauty and everything that made them good at some point. Hello, Fail. You always arrive when I'm out doing the cast. Well, I have good news and bad news, Fail. I managed to get I managed to buy, I should say, this game. The hell is this shit? A green stain? Ground Zeroes, but I cannot get my own YouTube money out of my MCN or whatever the hell its name until next month. So I cannot buy the other game, Metal Gear Solid, until next month. And that was extremely expensive, I thought. Ground Zeroes, but I have it. I should be able to run it. If not, I'll get a refund or something. I think there are refunds now in many of online retailers. Really? The Orsimer. So yeah, we will, as soon as I can download it and install it and everything, I think we're going to. You say that's a short game, although I'm sure trying to hit it in another rule set will make it very drawn out. I would normally steal. In fact, I will steal from humans. I just need to make sure when I steal I have money, so I don't get thrown into jail. Yeah. Well, that's what they told me. They said they were going to process my payment, but they only paid out at the end of the month or the beginning of the month.
Good to see you.
When they are, well, something like that. Ah, there he is.
Volinaro, at your service. Need a spell? Need an item recharged? Need a witty practical joke played on someone? I can handle it all.
I don't know, it's a really convoluted process. Somehow YouTube pays them and they process everything, and then they pay the partners, and they say it can take from the end of the month to the beginning of the month, whatever. But I guess if I can run Ground Zeroes, I should be able to run MGS5. We shall see. I will have news in the coming days. Yeah, thanks for that, Phil. Dame odio score. Yeah, you can force me to play games, just like Phil does. Once a month. Well, I don't know, since I'm using very odd drivers, so my GPU actually loads the BIOS or whatever the hell happens, I don't even know. I do know that some games, if they don't have the correct drivers, they just crash and crash and crash. That happened to me with Inquisition, I think, once. While other games, And it also happened to me with Dark Souls game. Okay, tell me just car.
You want to find Jaskar?
Yes.
All right, I think I can help with that. But you have to agree to do something for me first. And whatever you do, you can't tell Jean about it. All right?
Okay.
That's the spirit. You help me pull off a little prank, and I'll help you find Jaskar.
Tell me about it.
Really? You're going to love this. I'll teach you a spell to unlock things. What you need to do is get into Jean's desk and bring me her manual of spellcraft, okay? Her room is upstairs. Make sure no one sees you. You do that for me, and I'll make sure you can find Jaskar.
Okay.
Can I interest you in some of my wares?
Don't remember he had a Deidra, Tremora Lord. I wonder. Yeah, Siwa and Strix, you're telling me I can never increase my magicka ever again unless I level up the magicka points I have. But does
Always keep your magical equipment.
Okay, he can recharge.
Let me know when you're done with that little task.
I have 150, I think. I have 200? Okay. Well, that's even less than 50% of what I need to summon that thing. Or was it 200 and something? I picked the lady. No.
Have you pulled that little prank yet?
No, I didn't choose the Atronach.
What can I interest you in?
No, it is 400.
Let me know when you're done with that little task.
Okay, I need to steal the spell book. No, I don't have the Atronach. I went with the lady. Okay, she's a human. I can steal anything I want. Freaking humans. Always oppressing us. The first races, I need to learn to Bollinaro. The fair races.
You're in good company, friend.
I was at Olab's earlier, and I ran into
The
this
beautiful
Raynil Drake.
races.
After a round or two, he told me he was an honest-to-goodness vampire. Someone needs to get Sciorta under control. You'd think Olfand would be the one to do it.
She's a disgrace.
Yeah, see, well, that's why I decided to go with a high elf.
What's the news from the other parts of Tamriel?
Because I wanted to have as much magicka, since I plan not to level up here.
Renounced the slave trade.
I
and
want
freed the beast folk from servitude.
It is not surprising, considering Morrowind's violent past. We can only hope the troubles subside quickly.
Take care.
Farewell. Yes? Any luck finding Jaskar?
Ground Zero. This is a Metal Gear Solid game, which I am going to play shortly. Well, one of these days, once I can download it and install it. What is paseos or real? What fail? No, I need to talk to Bollinaro.
Please
What the
come
hell am
find
I
me as soon as you've
doing?
located Jaskar.
Okay, I'm finishing this quest and I have to go because Grandma is out to arrive.
Have you pulled that little prank yet?
Yes. Rainil Dralas. Tell me about this person.
Yes, the vampire hunter. As far as I know, he just showed up recently here in Bruma. Not only that, but he already found a vampire among us. Apparently, Braden Lyrian was one of those vile creatures, and Rainil slew him. Kind of strange, though. I never figured Braden to be a vampire. He seemed to be such a likable fellow.
But we already know that vampires can fool everyone. What GPU do I have? I have a 690. The problem, I don't know if the problem is the GPU or the CPU or the operating system. The problem is if I change my drivers, it won't boot or it will crash. I have to play any game decide to play with the drivers I have right now. I'm not even sure what year those drivers are from, but these drivers worked and I'm not going to change them. If you can believe it, I even have to specifically connect USB ports in a certain fashion for the computer to boot. I have no idea why that has to be the case. But my keyboard has to go into a USB 3 port, a certain one, while the connection to my wireless headset here has to go into a USB 2 port, and the mouse into another USB 2 port, and it's a mess. That's why I say if the drivers don't allow the game to be played, I have to ask for a refund. Alright, I have the book!
You've got Jean's book, I see. All right then, I'll just take that from you. Meet me in the living quarters just after 10 p.m.
Okay. Living quarters, let's go. No, actually, I have no idea why the computer degenerated to such a state. I bought it from Cyberpower PC, and my sister, which lives in the States, brought it to me 4 years ago. And it worked fine. And then suddenly the SDD gave out and everything went to hell after that.
Good day.
Fucking asshole, you told me to be here.
It was a good idea, wasn't it? I wonder how long she'll spend trying to figure out where she put it down.
What?
You too.
Why is she sleeping here?
I suppose I have a moment. What is it? Any luck finding Jaskar?
Not really.
Please come find me as soon as you've located Jaskar.
What the hell am I doing here? Late asshole.
A pleasure to speak with you.
Jesus.
Farewell.
You told me to be here, you fucking idiot. What do you want? You all built your own PC. No, I'm afraid to do that. Especially a CPU. I actually researched it all the way back then. And applying those pastes and the pins, and if you touch them the wrong way, they get destroyed.
Well met.
Fucking asshole. I'm going to have
Farewell.
to wait another... What? It's only 8? Ah, it's true, 20. What a fucking idiot I've been. 20, it's 8, not 10. let's wait. But yeah, that's the reason I decided not to level up, because since the class skills are the important ones, or skills in general, that is completely separated from... Talk quickly or I'll have to end the cast.
Ready to find Jaskar?
Yes. Then I don't need to level up to become stronger in the things I actually use in combat. So, why level up?
Just watch. You'll see.
Okay.
I hope I can help. Be seeing you.
Hello there. I hear you've been looking for me.
Oh, please don't be mad. We were just having some fun.
We just got tired of Jean lording her position over us when she barely knows anything about magic. Every now and then, we like to trick her. We figured it was time to move on to a new prank. This one was getting boring anyway, so you can tell her you found me.
Okay. Tell me more about the prank.
Well, it was fun while it lasted. I'll have to start thinking up something new to try. Bye.
Most stupid prank I've ever heard of. Okay, where are you? Shit. Where is she hiding? She's sitting the lard in here. Maybe she's upstairs. Her private quarters. But
Any luck finding Jaskar?
yes.
Found him, did you? Well, I suppose that's good.
You'll have to forgive me. I seem to have misplaced something. Yes, well, let's never mind that.
You've fulfilled your end of the bargain, though, so I'll fulfill mine. Romanus will have my recommendation. And don't you forget about me once you've finished your training. I'm sure we can help each other out.
Alright.
Farewell.
I have successfully completed this quest. I'm going to head to the chapel. I think they give me a quest in the chapel. Maybe what was here. Okay, I'm going to stop here in front of the Fighters Guild. So thank you very much for watching and for being active in chat. Also, once again, thank you, Fail, for your generous donation via Patreon. We are just $14 away from hitting our first milestone, which is the ability to buy newer games, which we shall then tackle in Permadeath playthroughs. So when is going to be Ground Zeroes? I'm going to start downloading it today. I think by Sunday or maybe even tomorrow. You say it's only 3 or 4 gigabytes? I could do it since Grandma goes to church very early on the weekends to those rosaries. The morning rosaries, the dawn rosaries. So it's possible I could, but as you know, I stream very early on the weekends. I'm not sure you will be able to watch Fail. Not entirely sure. And this time is truly early, like 5 AM or 6. You're still in daylight savings? Right now it's 10:15 my time. It would be 5:30 or 6 AM my time when I started streaming. Ground Zeroes on the weekend. Yeah, you're 1 hour. You're still in daylight savings time, so it would be it would be 7 between 6 and 7 Eastern time. So if you would prefer, I do have to stream on weekdays. I have to stream after 9 Eastern. 9 Eastern. So what do you prefer? We could wait until Monday and I could do it at 9 Eastern, or on the weekend and I would have to do it at 7 Eastern. You decide. But yeah, anyone that would like me to see me play newer games, feel free to contribute via Patreon if you would be so good. We can definitely. Okay, it doesn't matter. Then I will try tomorrow or on Sunday. But I think tomorrow is not such an impossibility. And then I hope I'll see you next time when we shall either continue with our very successful run so far without leveling up in an RPG. The no level up Oblivion playthrough, Permadeath playthrough, maybe I should say that. Or Ground Zeroes, where we shall try to be quiet and sneaky and not get killed. I think it's the Q-ones or whatever, I don't know. We shall find out. Until then, have a very pleasant day, and thanks for joining me today. See you next time. Strivex, Raccoon, Coltras, Fail, Siwa. Have a nice day.